Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Play Retro. It's a little different today. Brian's out of town, even though you see him right there. He's right there.
Oh, here I am. Look, I'm not out of town.
Yeah. I hope whatever it is you're doing out of town, that it's really fun and that you're having a good time.
In the U.S., it is Labor Day week, Monday. And so Tuesday, the day after, I am going to just do some fun retro stuff. I might do some stuff here, or I might be out of town. There's a trip that I want to take that hasn't quite solidified yet, but there's a good chance it will.
Will it be retro-related, or just you just...
Absolutely
okay.
right. Do I do anything else, Scott? Of course it's retro-related.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Of course it's retro-related. Dragon Con was this past weekend, so it'll already been gone. So it couldn't be that, so it's got to be something else.
Your poor significant other going to all this retro shit.
Right.
She likes
so it's the first time we've done this, but we're going to do a round table of two. Not really a round table. It's more like, what would you call it? Face-to-face?
Face-to-face.
Face-off.
Yeah, face-off. You play Nicolas Cage. I'll be the other guy.
So the question I posed to you was this.
Go.
What makes a good video game soundtracks? We've talked about it on the show before, and this includes games that have licensed music, like a compilation, almost like a soundtrack instead of a score, but sometimes talk about score, which is more like something you might get in.
Yeah, the example might be GTA Vice City has an incredible soundtrack, but it's mostly because it's got all these great 80s hits on it, and they've got metal, and they've got new wave, and they've got all the stuff from that era in that one big soundtrack. But what isn't notable about that is the scoring. There's no big deal in GTA Vice City. Most games, I would argue, are not that, because they haven't budgeted so much money for licensing music. They've instead opted for having, original scores. Like, I'm going to play Skyrim, and therefore here is the Skyrim soundtrack, and it's all original stuff created by that Soul guy who now people don't like anymore, but it's an incredible soundtrack. So that's why I mention it. But yeah, there's really the two kinds, right? And sometimes you'll end up with a little of both mixed in there, like a movie would be.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, I feel like most of the time it is original scoring and very little in terms of,
and boy, has
songs.
Nintendo not just been consistently good with that sort of stuff. If you subscribe to the Nintendo Online, if you're a retro gamer like we are, you can just get so many great sounds from the past.
Oh yeah,
on Nintendo Online. It's a little app. I got it on iPhone. I fire that up anytime we talk about Nintendo games, and I just get steeped in it. As a matter of fact, I think my Nintendo clock actually allows me to play some of that stuff, so I can slowly pretend and wake up like, oh, I'm in a game. I'm in a video game.
Yeah, you hear a little Zelda, a little bit of, I should get up. It's time to walk the cat, or whatever I do in the morning.
Time to walk the cat.
Time to walk the cat. Yeah.
They love being walked. Now, the other hardcore memory for me is we also grew up during a time when there were soundtracks, and we were starting to inject a lot of that licensed work into, especially like the PS1 era. And we've talked about on the show before where you can be playing a game and it'll have some music playing in the background. You can pull the CD out and stick something else in, and it'll pick right up where it left off. And what that is typically known as is that's the Red Book audio. That means it is really not buffered anywhere. It just plays kind of like your vinyl. So you stick the needle down and it plays right then. So that stuff goes straight in and gets processed. Does it get buffered? Does it really get compressed or anything? So that's why you could pull those out. And we also probably discovered, to much joy, you could stick that into a car radio.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
freaking PlayStation 1. I don't know if they meant to do this. Like, I would love to read about this and just kind of see where their heads are at, but they weren't really very thoughtful about DRM or protecting any of that. It just was all raw.
We didn't know.
Raw data. We didn't know. So they gave us these discs. They were already cool because they were black. Like, the PlayStation discs were black. They were so cool. On the backside, anyway. They're painted on the top, but you flip them over, they were black. Not like the clear or rainbow color silver that you're used to. And, like, I'll give you a good example. One of the greatest soundtracks, and this is a licensed soundtrack situation. Well, it's a mix. The first Wipeout was mostly a artist, and then the second one was a ton of other artists being licensed for their music. So, including his stuff as well. His name was Colt. Well, his band, or quote unquote, the name he wrote under was cold storage, and he's one of my favorite composers in those days.
I love it.
Yeah, he just did some amazing stuff, and his tracks for Wipeout 1, and in particular, the 2 tracks he did for 2 are just bangers.
Right.
Wipeout 2 being Wipeout XL, for those not sure which one I'm talking about. But anyway, you put this disc into your car, and now that amazing soundtrack is playable, but you had to remember one thing. You had to skip track 1, which was this massive track. You could see it. And if you had a car stereo that digitally said like what's coming up, you could see it was like this 45-minute track. And if you didn't skip it, here's what you got. Here's my impression. Because that was the data.
Horrible mistake.
It was the data track. And if you were playing the data track, it was just going to blast out your speakers, and it was a total nightmare.
Yeah. You didn't think at first maybe it was, some real avant-garde kind of artsy fartsy? No,
I remember it just scared me. I remember just being like jumping in the car first time I tried it. But
I remember also, while we're talking about licensed music, the Doom soundtrack was just not the very first Doom. But later on, we got some
even that
Trent
was
Reznor.
good, man.
That was still good too.
You didn't get Reznor. You didn't get Reznor for Doom. You only got him for Quake. Quake 1 was Reznor.
That's right. That's right. And so I remember being able to change out my music, doing that too, and that can really just change. It goes to show you that you can really change the mood of a game. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like games for a while it become less important for the soundtrack to hit every note. So like when you're composing stuff in house, you kind of have like this idea of the game has got to get, the song has to go a certain amount of time,
right?
And then it's going to probably loop because you only got so much memory. A lot of considerations. It's one of the things that my fiance hates about video games. She's like, how can you play those video games? It's the same stupid song over and over again.
Yeah, cartridges in particular, obviously they're very repetitive, and I still would argue that you talked about them before, but Nintendo kind of unmatched in being able to make really memorable sing-songy songs that would eventually like create some pretty good like mashups and remixes with those limitations and still be, real knee slappers. Songs like I even think about this right here. I don't know if knee slapper is the right word.
I love knee slapper. That's just, it's not wrong.
No, but
it's just hilarious.
It just ain't right,
Right.
But like even their throwaway stuff, they made up on the fly recently-ish. They made the main menu music for the NES Classic Edition, the little mini. Right. And it's so good. And it's just throwaway menu music that really existed for nothing else. I'll play a little bit of it. Here it is right here. Just a taste. I mean, come on, man.
Nintendo just covers their stuff in music from floor to floor, and the menu music just gets you jacked up. You're always like you're having a good time with a Nintendo game, with exceptions of when they went dark. Remember when they went dark with GameCube stuff? I like that era too.
That era was fine. I mean, they still had some bright and shiny, but it was, depended on the game. Because they got to remember, up through SNES, they had very strict content rules that they were adhering to pretty strictly. So it was like, hey, if you're going to have Mortal Kombat on our platform, you better have the blood be sweat, and you can't turn it into blood. Okay, fine. So that's the game they got, right? Yeah. And there was so much pressure on them to let more adult themes into their games.
Yeah.
That includes music and choices of music, and they just were so resistant to it. The GameCube comes along, the N64 comes along, and it's kind of a weird mix. They've got a little more adult content, but it's still a cartridge. They don't exactly have this. We're not getting the CD quality optical audio out of it that we would eventually. So you have to wait around for the GameCube. Bonk. That has to come in. And then suddenly it's like all bets are off. They're just as gross as everybody else, and nobody has any standards anymore. And part of me is a little sad about it because Nintendo's strictness was endearing somehow a little bit.
Yeah.
And it made them stand apart. But I also was annoyed because as a gamer, I was like, well, no, I want all this hardcore stuff. Give me some bloody GTA style stuff,
Like I said Doom earlier, but of course I meant Quake with Trent Reznor's industrial music. But yeah, I mean,
you want to hear some of that? I got some.
Oh my God, you got some, kid. We're not playing this. Are we playing this on YouTube?
We can play this, yeah. It's Quake, so it's stuff you can stream and
very good.
You can hear it. Check this out.
Industrial.
I'm gonna skip ahead some.
Trent, there's new Nine Inch Nails stuff coming out. in our current timeline.
This is all Reznor stuff. Listen to that.
Dude.
That takes
I can't think of a better mix of
I can hear the
dark
noises.
music and those themes, and that it's got to be in my top. Yeah, I'm saying that Quake stuff, even though it wasn't a direct soundtrack necessarily, boy, I loved it.
I mean, it was.
I loved it.
It was a soundtrack. I mean,
I guess I keep confusing. I always think of vocals when I think. Of
yeah, it's an assist. It's more of a score. You're right. It's like score, right? Like you've got He's got many tracks on there, but they're all very atmospheric. There's one kind of rocking out thing, but none of it's got Reznor doing his typical vocals.
Yeah.
And then when Quake 2 came along, this is my biggest beef with Quake 2. Quake 2 is amazing in tons of ways. We are also transitioning to those voodoo cards, so the graphics are getting better.
Yeah.
And you could do all this cool stuff. And that game was a good advance from Quake 1 to what Quake 2 was, but the music stunk to high heaven compared to the Reznor stuff. It wasn't as good.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Let down.
It was not great.
Makes me want to go rip out my Wipeout 2097 and put it in my CD player so I can listen to some Chemical Brothers or
Damn
some
straight, dude.
Prodigy.
Yeah, you're talking my language now.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that stuff, though. But I really like the Quake one is a great example of like atmosphere, set the tone for what this game's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Don't, sugarcoat it. It's just like, this is a dark, scary, edgy, ugly, early 3D shooter that is just, it's here for your blood and it wants to scrape your skin off you, and it's just perfect. It's perfect. I'm so glad you brought that one up because it's really a perfect it's a perfect example of kind of what we're talking about. Because I think game OSTs, what makes them special, and movies can do this to a degree, but the soundtrack in a video game is so crucial to the vibe of that game, whether it's the licensed music or not. Just like in a film, if you have a movie like, I don't know, Jurassic Park, imagine it without John Williams' score. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
That sounds like a nightmare to watch Jurassic Park with somebody else's score in it. And it's that way for me with some games. It's like Quake is a good example. I would say the Elder Scrolls, Jeremy Soule, as much as I'm giving heat because he kind of turned out to be a bit of a turd. His talent is undeniable. And I would say the same thing about the Doom soundtracks from 2016 and Doom Eternal from 2019.
2019, I think you're right.
20,
Yep.
Maybe it was 2020. Came out at the same
2020?
time. Came out at the same time
Yeah.
as the last Animal Crossing game. It was always funny that those two were coming out at the same time. I think that was during the pandemic. Anyway, early 2020. Those are, what's his name? My brain just went blank on the guy's name. Anyway, unbelievable, like magical soundtracks. I'm going to find it because I'm pissed at myself for not knowing.
No, look at it. Look for it. I was trying not to tic-tac while you was talking and looking up the vinyls that I had pulled up because I would like to talk about some of these video game vinyls that I have.
Oh, I found it. Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
Okay, I'm just going to play you At Doom's Gate, which is a remake of the Doom 1 soundtrack song, but not MIDI, obviously. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to play a bit. This one might get us dinged on YouTube, but I don't care. We're just going to try it. There you go. Listen to this shit. Here we go. Oh, this is Rip and Tear. Different song. It's a good song, but it's different.
But it's not wrong.
No, the one I'm thinking of is, if I can find it. No, that's Dogma. Next shift At Doom's Gate. Here we go. Okay, check this out. Oh, what is going on? What is happening? YouTube is losing its effing mind.
Oh, did it hear us already?
No.
it's preemptively copyright striking us.
Let me try that again. Is this At Doom's Gate? No, this is Rust. Hold on. What are we doing here? Next up, Demigod. I don't want Demigod. Here we go. This is it. And you'll recognize what you're about to hear. It will be reminiscent as well as modern. Now listen to this next bit. Oh. I have tingles. And then it goes. Hold on, one more round of that. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, so that's Mick Gordon. I finally remembered his name.
Oh, Mick Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mick Gordon is one of the all-timers.
I've seen some stuff by him before, yeah.
Oh, he's so good. There was a falling out with those guys, though, and it all went to poop because he had a falling out with Bethesda during the development of Eternal, I think. So the new game, it does not have his involvement. And it's still okay. Like, it's a decent soundtrack with some people who've got some good industry experience, but it's not the same, unfortunately. Anyway, that's a good example of a modern thing where they're like, hey, let's take this old-ass retro thing and make it so fresh and so memorable that now everybody's going to associate those bass lines and that incredible riffing. That's just always going to be tied to the Doom guy and demons and the vibe of that.
Starting to feel
so good.
I didn't know me and you would have such a of course we both grew up during the same era, right? And we both loved that kind of that's when music and gaming was first just colliding together. And man, every time I fire up a PS1 or a PS2 era game and the start screen is nothing but licensed music, that some that I heard, some that I haven't, I just leave it on all day.
Yeah.
I just never turn it off. It just runs in the background.
It's easily the most on music I have. I don't have other genres, playing very often. It's almost always nonstop mixes of video game soundtracks and or just the soundtracks themselves. And it depends on my mood. And that's the other cool thing about music soundtracks or game soundtracks. You can find something to match any mood you want. And in this modern era, you can hop on YouTube or just about anywhere else and say, I'm looking for cyberpunk inspired or infused Zelda themes, and you will find it. People have made this stuff. And it'll be versions of Zelda songs that you love or Nintendo songs that you love. Mario songs in particular get this treatment a lot. And they're really great. I'll give you another example. This is an overworld remix from, I think, Super Mario World. I think it's that theme. Anyway, listen to what they did to this thing, dude. This is how good this is. This bass line coming up so good.
Oh, man.
I groove to that all afternoon.
Dude, if I got some work to do, that's what I'm going to put on right there. I like stuff like that's real upbeat, keeps you going. I like slow stuff too, like the soundtrack on Celeste.
Oh, that Celeste soundtrack is so good.
Yeah, and I've been dying to pick up the Death Stranding soundtrack on. I want it on vinyl. If you go to, I think it's im8bit.com, they're almost always limited pressings. And I feel like I'm always just missing the best one, and I'll have to go to eBay and I'll look, and they're like up to $100. Typically they're like in $40 range, and they're usually double albums, and they usually have just amazing artwork. It's still one of the few things that I will get in the mail and go lay in bed and read the covers. And anything that's inside, and it just read it like I'm 12 again or something.
No, so there's nothing quite like it. There's a bunch of, also, whatever you're after thematically, you're also bound in this modern age to find your retro favorites in arranged in genres that you like. So if you like slow jazz and you want to hear Mario remixes of slow jazz music or themes from Kirby games, those exist. And they're really nice. They're nice jazzy takes. There's great Christmas lists that are just these soundtracks, but with a Christmas twist to all of them. I'll give you an example of one that I really like here. This is, let's see. Oh, do you remember I think we did it. Did we do Adventures of Batman and Robin on...
I don't think we have. Based on the animated cartoon, right? Which has got great stuff.
Maybe we've just mentioned it because we have talked about Batman before. But there's this great, if you hear the original soundtrack, you'd be shocked at how this even is the same thing. But listen to this thing. I mean, this is somebody going hard. I'll skip ahead. It's a freaking NES game.
Oh my god, that's an NES game?
Yeah, and they took it.
That I would have never guessed that.
I know. Like there's the Marble Madness remix is one of my favorites. You mentioned Celeste. Right. There are versions of the Celeste soundtrack that are kind of all over the map. Like listen to this. This is the original. It's just chill, plinky piano like the original. But you can easily dig around and find, oh, someone did a lo-fi beat version of this, and you can find this and that. And like some of it's a little sketchy. Like you might find a website where it's like, yeah, the AI took the song and did all these arrangements, and you can tell they're usually kind of shitty. It's not great, but it's still kind of cool how easy this is to find now. You know?
Yeah, and I'm going to need you to correct me if I'm how to say this. I read it and then I always say it wrong. But the Katamari Damacy.
Oh, Damacy. I think it's Damacy, but I hate it. Some people say Damacy. Some people say Damacy. Damacy. I hate the name in general. It sucks.
So I pasted a link in the chat room, and this is always one that it's in my YouTube favorites. I don't know if this will, since it's such a
chat room
in-house.
Wait.
I don't think in Discord. Excuse me.
Got it.
And you want to scrub to the front. That's where I was stopped listening it. So.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Let's give this a shot.
But yeah,
I'm gonna play
this.
Bit of this.
Always so funky, fresh.
Oh, yeah, it's so weird, dude.
And I can see the game in my head when I hear this music.
Yeah, you can't separate it, right?
Perfection.
Yeah, you can't separate it. Here's some more.
Dang it, Namco.
Yeah, they kind of got
killing it.
They got
Namco's in-house band stuff.
Yeah.
We've talked about those guys before, and they are just drop dead.
No, they're masters.
Awesome.
They're so good at it.
Masters at their craft.
Do you have, so this is where we ask each other the question, I guess. Do you have a favorite, let's say, favorite all-time game score or OST, and then your favorite retro one? And maybe they're one and the same, but I want to, give you a couple categories here. So give me your favorite retro first. Let's start with that.
My favorite retro, man, that Donkey Kong Country is really good.
It's damn good.
And when we did that on the show, we did the Donkey Kong Country, I must have listened to that 100 times on the Nintendo Online service. And I can't deny its appeal.
Yeah.
But then I also have a weird pick one too, like Pop Rapper the Rapper. I like that kind of stuff too.
That's pretty good.
Weird. Yeah. Like we just heard. Yeah. But I'm going to have to say, if I had to, I would probably say some Donkey Kong Country 2.
That's a really good one. I'm going to go ahead and say it's actually this kind of hard.
Right.
Probably Chrono Trigger for the SNES.
Oh, that's also a good one. Yeah.
I know a lot of people like it. It may sound like an easy one to pick, but it is actually fantastic, especially for a game I never finished. I keep trying, but I never finished that game. But it's just great. Just classic. It's melodic. It's timeless. It's emotional. I think I said it was timeless twice, which took time, which is a weird thing to do.
That's how timeless it is.
Shadow of the Colossus is also amazing. But you know what? I could straight up say, hey, if we're saying 20 years is retro now, I could say the World of Warcraft soundtrack in its original form is one of the best ever, and I still say that. It's incredible.
Yeah. I can't. If I hear that, I instantly get taken back.
But if I'm picking a favorite, and again, I'm just doing like overall favorite score. Time. If I'm just saying score, how old's Skyrim now? It's not quite there.
A solid pick.
It's 2011 though. It's not far enough.
Right.
Oh geez. All time. We already did retro, I guess, so I can say all time.
Yeah, you can say all time. So it fits in the same way, right?
I think the Skyrim soundtrack it just gets into my blood, and I feel very similarly about a bunch of those kinds of games, including the ESO MMO that's based in the Elder Scrolls. It's incredible as well, different artists, but man, MMO music is really important. Like it matters to the experience, and I think that if I'm to pick a favorite, like a singular favorite, you could say World of Warcraft, but it also spans 9 expansions and lots of high moments, right? Like I can't just say vanilla, because vanilla is great, but it got better. I think Skyrim. I think that's it for me. I love it.
I'm gonna say if you want to say one this all time that just really takes it to the next level. And it's not always necessarily my jam, but the production value on it and just how it fits into the game, I'm going to say Red Dead 2.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe some of my favorite
Oh, it's so understated. I love that. That's
stuff.
a great pick. Yeah, that's a good one. That one takes you to a
lives
place
rent-free.
and you stay there. You live in that place.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I can. It's one of my go-tos for falling asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, that may sound like an insult, but it makes me feel like I'm at home. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm at home. It's this core memory.
It's comforting.
Unlocked.
I get it.
Comforting.
No, totally get it. I have a similar feeling about the Journey soundtrack, which, by the way, of all the games, of all the ones we've mentioned, I think Journey might be the first.
Oh, yeah. That you noticed, maybe?
Well, no, the first chiptune score-ish thing wasn't really chiptune. That's not fair.
No.
But it was nominated for a Grammy. And that's, I don't think maybe things have been since. They probably have. I didn't look all this up. But that was the first at the time to be nominated for a Grammy, which was a big deal at the time. That one's really good.
It stood out enough to make us. Well, it also made us realize so much about, game being art. That was a real big discussion at the time, and I think it proved it's like, games can be art. Yeah, it's like, duh, look at it.
Yep,
listen to it.
And there are going to be people that are screaming Final Fantasy, that are screaming, why aren't you mentioning every single thing, right?
I will not deny Final Fantasy's just ability to just well up inside me. It swells and it's just,
No, it's incredible.
But
it deserves, it's just not, my tastes skew a little different, but it's fine. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus is amazing.
Reznor was a favorite. Come on.
Yeah, we can tell, but Shadow of the Colossus, incredible. The other one I would throw on here is Nier Automata, which is another Japanese game from Square. That game has.
I don't remember a lot about the soundtrack, and I'll probably get a good.
It's real good. You should go. That one might help you sleep. It's really good. But I think Halo deserves a big old nod. Like that's so iconic. Think
about Halo.
Yeah, and that's over 20 years old. That counts.
I got a black hole on Halo. I remember the ha-ha-ha's, but I don't remember how it fit in.
Like this?
And now that makes me sad. Which just makes me think I'm playing Blasphemous.
It's so good.
Did Blasphemous overwrite?
You know what else is good? Blasphemous is a really good soundtrack.
It's really good, but did it overwrite my Halo memories?
Maybe. Might have.
You bastards.
It's very gothic, and, they're definitely going for... The thing with using it in Halo is such a contrast to the space opera that is Halo. But I love that. Right. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is incredible.
Oh, that's... How can we even... Man, I'm starting to get to the place where it's like, oh, I can't believe we didn't mention that. Oh, I can't believe we didn't mention that.
No, there's too many. There's no way we're going to get to them all. Like, it's impossible.
It's somebody's favorite for sure.
For sure. And I know I mentioned it already, but I cannot say enough about the Wipeout stuff was life-forming music for me, because we're talking about the early mid-90s. House and EDM and all that hadn't really happened yet in a big way. And there were just a few bands doing stuff here and there. Those games got me on a path, and I started listening to The Prodigy. I started listening to all these bands from that era that came, or those groups and bands, Chemical Brothers, London Underground, like all that stuff. Orb? No, the Orbis? Orb.
The Orbison? Roy Orbison?
Can't remember the name of that. It's not Roy Orbison for sure. And then I got really into like the Crystal Method, not Crystal Meth the drug, but the band.
Right. Yeah, the Method. Yeah.
Still listen to them today. And it really shaped a lot of what I was going to enjoy for the next 20 years. So,
yeah. And I've discovered a lot of groups during that time. Like, I still don't necessarily go back and dig deep into people who are doing scores and stuff. Occasionally I will if they pop up enough times, but if a band shows up, like licensed music, I almost always look that up.
Yeah.
What more do they have?
And they don't even have to be a game that I'm super into. Like Bloodborne soundtrack is one of my favorites, but I've never touched the game. I don't know a thing about it. I mean, I know it's a Souls-like, and I know its history, and I know kind of what it's trying to do, but I didn't play it. Also, I love that soundtrack. So good.
One of the places that video game soundtracks and soundtracks in general, but since we listen to a lot of soundtracks from video games, I probably mentioned it here. Vinyl is important to me a lot of times because it's usually a effort by the artist or the producer who's putting the album together to create a story told over, a medium.
Right.
Instead of where we have all this stuff like Spotify, music, Apple Music, and so forth, where we're seeing a lot of one-hit songs and stuff. I never really been much into that. I like contextualizing a song in a on a platter.
Yeah.
Like a vinyl.
Well,
that is encapsulated into one movement, like one mood. And it's, I guess 5 minutes is just not long enough for me to create
also you have this physical relationship with retro stuff, whether it's music or video games, or the physicality of it and Brian Dunaway are not separatable. You guys are inseparable is really the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
You need each other. And I think that's unique to you, not just you. Obviously, there are a lot of people out there that are into that, but you do go the extra mile for that stuff. I'm a little more lenient on it, and I'm kind of okay, but I like the choice. And where I get the most choice is, and this is not an ad for these guys. They're probably going to ding this episode for all I know. But I love YouTube Music. Absolutely love YouTube Music.
Oh, yeah.
Not just YouTube.com, that's fine. But YouTube Music that you get with YouTube Premium is a competitor to Spotify, Apple Music, and everything else. I absolutely love it. I've tried all three. It's the one I prefer a million times over. And most of the reason, because the video game compilation playlists and just focus on long form that I can get there. I can get 10 hours long of the Halo theme in different arrangements and just turn it on and sleep all night and wake up the next day and it's still going. Like, where else are you giving me that? I know there's some of that on the other platforms. I understand that. But the sheer volume available of just stuff people are making, putting together, fan-based stuff, the real stuff, all of it in between, YouTube Music is kicking ass for me. I love it.
You want to hear an embarrassment of riches? I'm the same way. I didn't mention it earlier. Zoe, we have 3 music listeners, major music listeners in our house, and we've all placed stakes down each platform. Audra likes Spotify, Zoe likes Apple Music, and I like YouTube Music. And guess what we do? We pay for 3 services when one family membership would be so much freaking cheaper.
Yeah.
Like by a long shot. But that just tells you how much we love music around here. And I'm with you. YouTube Music has satisfied that for me.
It's found a home for me in a way that I didn't expect. And I'm not shilling. Google gives me nothing to say this. And it may be exclusive to people like me, but they really made a thing I love, and I can't get enough of it. I listen to it all day, and it's almost all video game stuff. I love it.
Love it.
Well, there you go. There's our discussion about all things soundtracks, and I know there's a ton more we didn't cover. I'm sure a bunch of you had your favorite game not mentioned, and you were just screaming at us to mention it. That's the fun of this. You guys can send in emails and otherwise and tell us, what did we miss? Go to our website, frogpants.com/playretro, and you'll find a myriad of ways to communicate that to us. You can do voicemails, texts, emails, whatever you want. All right? Right there on the page as a form. Just fill it out and hit send. This couldn't be easier. We make it simple so that you don't have to, or something like that.
Yeah. So you don't... What?
Brian, any final thoughts on any of this before we take our leave?
Yeah. Oh, BioShock Infinite. Of course.
That's a good one, dude.
That's what you're probably saying as well. And so let us know. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really good. And by the way, if you want something that will probably win Game of the Year this year, and you're looking for an amazing soundtrack that should win Best Music of the Year, Expedition 33 has an insane soundtrack. It's so good, especially for the game. It is like, it's not the kind of thing you may listen to casually for no reason, but if you know the game, you will. I promise you will. It's so good. That'll do it for us. Thanks for listening. I think this was fun. Whenever we're out of town, we'll do more of these. They're a good time.
And next week we're returning back to normal. Bubsy. Let's see if it sucks or not. Let's find out.
I'm gonna guess it's okay for a while, then it gets bad. That's what I'm gonna say.
We'll see. There's like 5 of them.
I could be right. I could be wrong.
We'll find out.
See you then.